Have you ever been in a situation where you are being accused of something and the person to whom the accusation is being said to turned and looked and said, "Him, are you sure?" "Nah, that's a lie. He can't do that." Or she wouldn't do that. For many who have been fortunate enough to experience things like that, you can testify that it's one of the best feelings ever, knowing that your reputation, your values, and your integrity is speaking on your behalf. Right. So today we'll be talking about the importance of having personal values. The importance of personal values. Now, values are a set of guidelines and principles that govern your life, whether a person or an organization or a group of people. The values don't just come to be. Values are built. Values are intentional. Values are things that direct your life when you are not sure what decision to make. Sometimes, or rather, values make you sure of the decisions you want to make, or decisions you do not make or you intend not to make. Now, so how can you build values? How do you build values? Naturally, I would just say learn from the most perfect person who ever existed, Christ. But let's also go look at some other ideas, some other principles that can help us, some other things that can help us become more valuable or have better values. One of which is people learning from people who are better or worse than you. Learning from people who are better or worse than you. Of course, learning from people who are better than you is clear. People who have done certain things that you want to do, people who have achieved certain feats that you find that you also want to achieve. They have several things that they have done, several things they have implemented in their life, and values and principles that has guided them to the destination they got to. So those are some of the people you want to learn from. And people who are worse than us also, there is a lot to learn from people who have not gotten to where you are, right? Or who doesn't seem to, be doing as well as you are, because it can help you see what to avoid. It can help you see the things that you should not prioritize. When you see the things, because everything that happens in your life is as a result of the decisions you make and the habits you prioritize. So when you see people who prioritize certain things that do not seem very productive, and they might not be doing so well, you should learn from that and then deviate from that path. Now, some of the ways you can learn from people who are better than you are reading books. A lot of individuals have taken out time to write books that contribute tremendously to you, to the values of people and to the lives of others. It's important that every once in a while, or as often as you can, you pick up a book that's which the title speaks to you, or speaks to who you think you are, and then go read it. Find things there that you can learn and apply to your life. Applying to your life is very important, because that's what then makes it a value. Just reading it isn't enough. Just listening to it, just looking at it, actually learning from it and applying it to your life, that makes the difference. You can also, we are blessed with technology now, where you can listen to seasoned speakers from the comfort of your home. People who are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to come and speak to people, and you're fortunate enough to get a glimpse of what they're talking about from the comfort of your home. Many of us take that very lightly, and even some of us who listen to them don't even end up applying what they have said, or what they learn and the things they hear. So that's also another avenue: podcasts, TED Talks, There are so many ways you can really get much from life from people who have been there, have been more successful than yourself. Now, you could also do so by observing people. Many of us are fortunate enough to be around people who are successful, people who have made it. And by just looking at the way they act, the things they prioritize, the things they enjoy doing, and how they behave, how they interact with the world, we could find we can learn a lot from that as well. And there's so we myself, for example, there are a couple of values I've learned along the way. Um, One I learned during my software engineering program at ALX is do hard things. Do hard things. It's something that I've become part and parcel of my life. What I try to emulate every day. In fact, I've pursued actions, I have done things just because they were hard, just because they would be, a lot of people would not do it otherwise. So doing hard things helps build your mind and build your resilience to, being less scared about taking action on certain things. So it will tremendously improve the way you see the world and the way you view the world. Another value is be kind, be fair, be a good person, be honest. This is a very important virtue to have, very important value because it will help you business wise, right? Finish what you start, right? Never negotiate your price. This has personally been helpful in my business. Instead, you negotiate the value they are getting for the price. So there are several other values you can learn from a lot more people. Another way you can learn values is by the company you keep. The company, okay? And company is just a group of people. Company could be a group of friends. Company could be the organization where you work. Right? The group of people you associate with contribute immensely to the values and principles you live by. Immensely, and like 80% of the values you have come from the company you keep. Right? Friends, church, religious bodies, anything, sometimes school, even where you work. A lot of the values you have, a lot of the things that make you who you are, come from the standards that have been set in your place of work. So be careful the kind of standards that you allow yourself imbibe. So be able to sort things out, and then know what will help you. If you're finding it difficult to know how to descend to sort out those things that you see, those things you learn, to see which one to imbibe. Use Christ as the template. Jesus is a perfect example. This is WWJD. What would Jesus do? Right? Use that. If it will align with that, it will help you. It's a cheat. It's a basically a cheat sheet because there's nobody more perfect. Right? So that can be a template for you. Also, speaking of organizations, the paper mafia is one that is of worthy note. PayPal, there was a company that built a product called PayPal and sold it within 4 years, right, for about $1.5 billion. And those individuals in that company went ahead to build some of the biggest products we use today, from LinkedIn, the app we use, by Reid Hoffman, Tesla, SpaceX, Yelp, and so many others. So this is a testament to what the company you work at or where you stay influence the decisions you make and how you view the world. And now, building values is an intentional thing. Right? It's necessary for personal growth. It takes time and it takes effort. I hope we can all imbibe these values and grow.